Unrest returned to the streets of the St. Louis suburb early Saturday as hundreds of demonstrators, angered by the shooting death of an unarmed African-American teenager by a police officer, engaged in a standoff with the police that was punctuated by threats and a new round of denunciations of law enforcement practices. A new round of looting and tense standoffs with police ended early Saturday with no major clashes, as the number of protesters gradually dwindled, and police retreated from the streets in a drizzling rain. But the return of smashed shop windows and sporadic looting overnight after more than a day of largely peaceful demonstrations and a lower-key police presence prompted some residents to warn that public anger over the police shooting of 18-year-old Michael Brown had not subsided. Looters in Ferguson, Mo, were met with little police resistance Friday night, and store owners say they were forced to protect their businesses with their own guns. One of the owners, with a large black gun resting on his shoulder, told the station that police were lined up blocks from the looting and did not engage looters making off with large boxes from these stores. "There's no police," he said. "We trusted the police to keep it peaceful. They didn't do their job." Meanwhile, peaceful protesters yelled at the aggressors to stop what they were doing. About a dozen people eventually blocked off the front of the convenience store to help protect it. On Friday, the police chief of Ferguson, Thomas Jackson, said at a news conference that the officer who shot Mr. Brown was Darren Wilson, who has served on the Ferguson force for 4 years and in another local department for 2 years, and who had no disciplinary charges. Officer Wilson, who is white, has been placed on leave, and his location is unknown. Some journalists covering the event reported being threatened overnight by protesters, who thought they might be undercover police officers. In one instance, young men wearing dark bandanas repeatedly struck the windows of a car, ordering a journalist from a church parking lot